Aloha. This is lesson 130 from A Course in Miracles with Hope Johnson. It is impossible to see two worlds. Perception is consistent. What you see reflects your thinking, and your thinking but reflects your choice of what you want to see. Your values are determiners of this. For what you value, you must want to see. Believing what you see is really there. No one can see a world his mind has not accorded value. And no one can fail to look upon what he believes he wants. Yet who can really hate and love at once? Who can desire what he does not want to have reality? And who can choose to see a world of which he is afraid? Fear must make blind, for this its weapon is. That which you fear to see, you cannot see. Love and perception thus go hand in hand, but fear obscures in darkness what is there. What, then, can fear project upon the world? What can be seen in darkness that is real? Truth is eclipsed by fear, and what remains is but imagined. Yet what can be real in blind imaginings of panic born? What would you want that this is shown to you? What would you wish to keep in such a dream? Fear has made everything you think you see, all separations, all distinctions, and the multitude of differences you believe make up the world. They are not there. Love's enemy has made them up. Yet love can have no enemy, and so they have no cause, no being, and no consequence. They can be valued, but remain unreal. They can be sought, but they cannot be found. Today we will not seek for them, nor waste this day in seeking what cannot be found. It is impossible to see two worlds which have no overlap of any kind. Seek for the one, the other disappears, but one remains. They are the range of choice, beyond which your decision cannot go. The real and the unreal are all there are to choose between, and nothing more than these. Today we will attempt no compromise where none is possible. The world you see is proof you have already made a choice as all-embracing as its opposite. What we would learn today is more than just the lesson that you cannot see two worlds. It also teaches that the one you see is quite consistent from the point of view from which you see it. It is all a piece because it stems from one emotion and reflects its source in everything you see. 6 times today, in thanks and gratitude, we gladly give 5 minutes to the thought that ends all compromise and doubt, and go beyond them all as one. We will not make 1,000 meaningless distinctions, nor attempt to bring with us a little part of unreality, as we devote our minds to finding only what is real. Begin your searching for the other world by asking for a strength beyond your own and recognizing what it is you seek. You do not want illusions, and you come to these 5 minutes emptying your hands of all the petty treasures of this world. You wait for God to help you as you say, "It is impossible to see two worlds. Let me accept the strength God offers me and see no value in this world, that I may find my freedom and deliverance." God will be there, for you have called upon the great unfailing power which will take this giant step with you in gratitude. nor will you fail to see his thanks expressed in tangible perception and in truth. You will not doubt what you will look upon. For though it is perception, it is not the kind of seeing that your eyes alone have ever seen before. And you will know God's strength upheld you as you made this choice. Dismiss temptation easily today whenever it arises, merely by remembering the limits of your choice. The unreal or the real, the false or the true, is what you see and only what you see. Perception is consistent with your choice, and hell or heaven comes to you as one. Accept a little part of hell as real, and you have damned your eyes and cursed your sight. And what you behold is hell indeed, yet the release of heaven still remains within your range of choice to take the place of everything that hell would show to you. All you need say to any part of hell, whatever form it takes, is simply this: it is impossible to see two worlds. I seek my freedom and deliverance, and this is not part of what I want. So this lesson gets me jazzed up because it's coming to how to use your power, how to use it. Like yesterday in Wisdom Dialogues, one of my friends brought up a great example. He didn't like his belly. His belly's the Buddha belly. He said, I don't like my belly, right? So this is it. Perception is consistent. Not liking something, doesn't matter what it is, not liking something, that getting that feeling that you don't like something in the perception is just fear. That's all it is. It's just an expression of fear, getting that perception. So it can be brought to the truth in this way. It's impossible to see two worlds. It's like you come into a place of, I wouldn't keep this resistance to a perception of this belly. And in that, you're also saying you don't have to keep this misperception at all. You're undoing perception. You're undoing the perception that you're a body. Because see, truly, you don't care about anything in the perception. You do not care about your body. This version of yourself that you made seems to care about a body, but it can't even really care. It could just express caring that it's programmed to express. You coming back to, hey, what do I really want? I want the peace of God. That's the world I want to see that comes out of the peace of God. There's only one real emotion and only two emotions that you're playing with in a dream, love and fear, right? Well, only one of them is real because it is indicative of the thoughts that are true. One is false because it's indicative of the fearful thoughts that you believe with the ego, right? So you don't have to keep that upset projection, which is really a thought projection, making you feel this upset feeling around a perception about your body that you seem to not like. So it came back to, what's your body for? Look at what's your body for. It's perfect for what it's for. It's for helping you undo this illusion. That's the perspective of spirit. You don't really even have a body. All you're doing is getting a perception of a body. This is the same thing with the whole world you perceive. Everything you perceive in the world seems to affect this body that's not here. So people ask, well, is it going to make my belly go down? Well, it's going to make your whole body disappear. That's what you actually want. You're going to make it disappear from your sight. Will it make it go down while you're in the process of disappearing from your sight? It could, if it's maximally beneficial for making your whole body disappear. You see why it's the best. However it is the best. And also, if the Holy Spirit already knows what you think you want. You think you want a nicer body. Everyone does think they want a nicer, more comfortable body, right? And that's not a real want. Again, we don't care about this body in reality. Everyone projected an image that wants a nicer body. So, yes, it's much more likely. Let's put it that way. It's much more likely because now you're relaxed about it. You don't have the pressure on yourself to do it, to make it happen. Right? Now you're using your body for what it's meant to be used for. Every time you get an upset feeling about something in the world or of your body, it's all body stuff because that's the hero here that the ego set up to die in the end. And so everything about the body, it's an illusion and you don't actually care about it. So bringing it to this thought, it is impossible to see two worlds. You want to see the world where there's only love. And it talks about this is something you don't see with your eyes alone. So your eyes are still functioning with the function that you gave them to perceive nothingness. But when you're perceiving truly with the truth, then everything changes because you're aware that the perception that you're perceiving is coming from you. And you're making a choice. You're making a choice whether you want to see it with love or see it with fear. You know, if you're seeing it with fear, you're wrong. Your mind needs to be corrected. Maybe you don't know that yet, but this is what this is teaching. If what you're seeing is making you feel fearful, you're seeing it wrong. You're seeing it through the wrong lens. You need healing. Your goal isn't to, in this example, get a smaller tummy. Your goal is to extend love. That's what makes miracles. Be sourced in love. Your perception is consistent with the source, the one that you choose to listen to. Your perception is consistent with that. It's 100% consistent. You decide to listen to the ego, you perceive something you don't like and have a bad feeling about it. Right? Now let's say I get the perception I don't like beans. I don't usually eat things with beans in them. Sometimes I do. If it's done right, it's fine. I get the perception I don't like beans. Yes, not liking any distinctions, everything, all distinctions, all differences that you see, they're all coming from fear. But it changes everything when you perceive it in love. I'm not against the beans. I'm not trying to get them off the menu. I'm not trying to get people not to cook them. They're cooking them. I don't have this energy of trying to resist something, trying to change something. I don't need to change anything in the field. That's not for me to do. I may physically or verbally express that something needs to change, but see, knowing that that's not me. I don't want to see myself as that thing that's expressing. That's not me. So in that, this thing that I've made for expression, it gets purified. And it could expresses more and more to what looks and feels like loving, like being loving. And I like that. It feels good. Yay. Yay. God's will for you is perfect happiness. Remember that. This is what you're doing here. When you're practicing, it's impossible to see two worlds. 5 minutes, 6 times today, and as often as possible. For me, I've been practicing for a while, so I think on God very, very often. It's behind the things that I seem to be doing. That's what this mind training does for you. It's really wonderful. So you can live in it all day long and love it up and spread the joy. I love you. Have a beautiful practice. Aloha.